ceasing. No, I'm just kidding.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Virginia McConnell.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of a chiropractor? One might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Dr. Telfair, with Telfair Chiropractic. How's it going?
It's good. Yeah, how about yourself?
I'm good. Thank you. We're excited to learn about you and your business. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, so I am labeled as a chiropractor. That is what my degree is in. I've had patients tell me that I should have a separate title because what I do does not exactly fall within the traditional lines of what people think of chiropractic. My practice is more so focused on, I take a meticulous soft tissue approach. So I do a lot of like muscle release techniques. So I kind of unwind compensatory patterns that cause pain or asymmetries in the body. And then I'll rehab the body appropriately. So just kind of like a PT approach in that regard, but progressive PT. So just, strengthening weak muscles and whatnot. And then from there, sometimes if, we might do some regenerative medicine, such as shockwave. Best conditions for that are like foot pain, ankle pain, knee pain, shoulders, but you can use it for just about anything, anything less than 6 centimeters deep, technically speaking. And then I also do a lot of lifestyle, nutritional consultations. So, think like sleep wake cycles, how to, increase muscle mass, how to lose weight quicker, stuff like that. So I definitely give a lot of consults on just lifestyle advice, generally speaking. Anything from like headaches to foot pain to back pain or you name it. I am capable, more than capable.
All the pains.
Yeah, all the pains and even some internal stuff, but I do limit that to, I'm picky about what I do internally, I suppose.
Okay. All right. And how did you get into this business?
So I was a athlete my whole life, and I was a basketball player, an avid basketball player. I was invited to play at a D2 level, and I had my injuries, and the people that helped me the most were chiropractors, and then I went to college. I was going to study pre-law because that's what my father does, and I had a sure shot job out of that, but I wasn't so fascinated by it. So I decided to start studying medicine as a recommendation from a advisor. And I ended up interning with a chiropractor in Tampa. And at that time, I thought it was all adjusting. But this gentleman did a lot of regenerative medicine. A lot of stuff that I do now was call it encouraged by what he did, So that's my approach is much more comprehensive, a lot more all inclusive than just adjusting. I probably adjust maybe 2 or 3 out of 10 people I see. And that's because they want it, not because I feel like it's perhaps the optimal thing for them. Definitely a different approach, but that's what got me into it. Sorry to get off on that little tangent, but I went and interned with him and I fell in love with just kind of conservative care. My model is just try to help people in a conservative, least invasive fashion possible.
Okay, great. It's like, so what are some misconceptions or myths in your industry?
Oh, there's quite a few. It's I could talk for hours on that, but I'll keep it brief. So first one is that chiropractors are just trained to adjust. Second is that we're not real doctors. Third is we're trained, our schooling is short, that kind of thing. It's like I went to school for 8 years to get my degree. It was not short. It was very intensive. Like undergrad was one thing, but my doctoral program was intensive. I mean, I was taking roughly 28 to 30 course credits per 15 weeks, and you do that for 10 sets, 10 terms. And that was kind of like, so the curriculum is definitely vigorous, especially at the school that I went to. They really emphasized diagnosis and management. Like I learned just as much about internal medicine as anything. I would say I learned more internal medicine than musculoskeletal in some ways. At least that's what I took away from the program. Because I also have a vast interest in that stuff, and internal stuff is significantly more complicated in some regards than external, such as musculoskeletal. So yeah, I would say those are, I mean, yeah, we're trained in Florida. We're allowed to diagnose, treat, draw blood, do urine analysis. I had to do, extensive examination processes. And in Florida, I'm a primary care physician. I can practice as a primary care. I choose not to do that because it's hefty. There's a lot to do, and especially in this population. A lot of people have a lot of comorbidities. They're already managed, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes or get outside my focus and what I'm best at, which is musculoskeletal care. So, yeah, that's kind of a brief little tangent on that, and also the fact that people think that because we were founded on adjusting, and it was very philosophical in terms of the advent of chiropractic. They think that it hasn't advanced since then, which was 100 plus years ago. And that's like saying that MDs haven't advanced since 100 plus years ago when they were leeching people and electrocuting and doing lobotomies and stuff of that nature. So it's like, of course, everything's advanced. It's like we progress constantly, so it's an interesting thing. There's a lot of misconceptions, I would say, but yeah, I would say that's my answer to that.
Okay. All right. And we know marketing is the heart of every business. Who are your target customers and how do you attract your patients?
So that's a good question. I do mostly word of mouth. Mostly word of mouth. I'm a solopreneur, so I don't have a ton of capital to throw. I don't exactly have the collateral to go get a big bank loan. So everything has been kind of sweat equity, call it. Just, a lot of grassroots, a lot of forming referral relationships with other doctors, gym owners and Pilates instructors. And every person that I treat is a marketing opportunity I look at. It's like if, I want to make sure that I am a beneficial part of their story, if not the part of their story that gets them to the quality of life that they're thriving towards or they want to have, So, yeah, I take great purpose in that. And I think, yeah, primarily my marketing is word of mouth. I do some online stuff, very minimal though. Yeah. And then my population that I target is really anybody that's active, anybody that's looking to be out of pain, generally, especially in the area that I'm in. It's usually your 50 plus community, perhaps your pickleball players, that kind of thing. But anybody that feels like they're in pain and feel like it restricts them from living, call it their best life. And my model is fantastic for those individuals because it is not one that looks for long-term maintenance care. It's more so one that looks for long-term outcomes in the sense of, I'll keep this short and sweet. So people come in, I want to get them better as quick as I can and then educate them so that they can maintain that good feeling as long as they can, and use me as needed. But, educate them on how to self-manage their condition, because I feel like that is, empowering patients to do that is where it's at. I mean, doctor means teacher in Latin. So I take it kind of seriously, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the best approach with a lot of things,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I try to put myself in my patient's shoes and I'm like, what would I want my doctor to do for me? And it's like, I would want them to teach me, what's going on, why it's happening, and what I can do to make the most of it, if not fix it, which we talk about cures. That's not exactly an existing term, but we always strive towards it. Right.
Right. So have you ever thought about having your own podcast?
Kind of. It's time is of the essence and podcasts take time. And I feel like I never have enough time in a given day to do half the things I want to do already. But certainly, yeah, I mean, I've thought about it. I think I'm going to come out with a different thing, but that's to be announced in a future date.
Okay. Stay tuned. All right.
It'll be in an app form.
Okay. And then outside of work, what do you do for fun?
I love family time. That is probably my number one priority, is try to go hang out with my parents, my brothers, my nieces and nephews, grandparents, just I don't know, I love that kind of stuff. And then I work out avidly, basketball and fishing, probably, and golf. Probably that explains my life outside of work, because it is mostly comprised of work, which I do love, but got to have some distractions.
All right. Okay, Dr. Telfair. Can you tell us one thing our listeners should remember about Telfair Chiropractic?
Yeah, I would say if you are looking for a doctor that is going to avidly vouch for your long-term outcomes, like that is, if anything, I've lost patients because I was too interested in them obtaining long-term outcomes, then I would say I'm your guy. Like if you're looking for somebody, and not that I don't do maintenance care, but I definitely I want to get people better and I want them to go live their life without depending on others to feel good. I want to teach them how to feel good on their own and be independent because I feel like that's just where it's at. I mean, and I don't know. That's what I got on that.
Okay. And how can our listeners learn more about Telfair Chiropractic?
So they can learn more. If anybody's ever interested in a consult, if they fit my model, or if they feel like I can help them, they can always just reach out via phone call or email, which will be 941-685-2415 for phone calls, and then email is contact@Telfair Chiropractic. If I ever don't respond or can't pick up, I'll always get back to you as soon as I can. And then my website also has quite a bit of information, and that is telfairchiropractic.com. And I would say those are the best resources for learning more about my business.
Okay. Well, Dr. Telfair, I really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you so much, Virginia. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show, and thank you for the interview. And yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsarasota.com. That's gnpsarasota.com or call 941-949-1865.